Good morning, everyone. Happy Thursday. I love our profitable interior designer broadcast, Lesley.
I kind of wish these were Monday to kick off the week because I get so excited and energized to take action.
You
But
know
it's okay.
what?
We'll do it Thursdays.
We'll do it Thursdays, but maybe in the future we change it to Mondays because that's actually a really good idea, right? Everyone likes a little motivation on a Monday morning. All right, so let me hit my go live on my Instagram and let's get talking about the fact that if you guys have questions for us that you want us to answer, there is a question form in the interior design business forum pinned to the top of the group that you can ask Lesley and I a question about your business, how to run your business, about customers, about pricing, about marketing, about anything related to running your interior design business. You can post a question in our questionnaire. Is that what we're calling it? Is it called the questionnaire?
Question form. It's a
question
thing.
form. I'm not sure what we called it. Anyway, you can submit a question and we will answer it live on one of our Thursdays. So today's question, who's it from?
It is from Marcy, and she's asking, what can I do to set myself up for success to leave my day job, yay, in a year and run my design business successfully full time? So she's working for someone else right now, not in the design industry, but is growing a side business and wants it to be her full-time gig in a year.
You know, it's funny because many of our profit insiders have done this.
Yeah.
And we have guided them through getting out of their full-time job and now making their side gig their full-time job in their business, right? There's a couple that come to mind that literally they started in the group coaching that's a year long, and within 2 months, their goal was to leave within 6 months, and now within 2 months, right? You remember who I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah.
And we had a couple more like that. But in the meantime, let's tell everybody, if this is the situation you're in a full-time job or even a part-time job, and you're trying to build this side business of interior design, how do you set a plan to when you can leave? Okay. So the first thing I always say is find out what you're using your money for make sure you know what your money is going for in your household, so you can understand how much do you need in order to leave your full-time job to replace it with your interior design business income. All right. So first we need to know the real numbers.
Yes.
And the tight and the stretch numbers, right? And then what would make you really flush. And you have to make sure you don't forget medical insurance if you need it, right? This is really key. People usually remember medical insurance, but then they forget, well, it's also contributing to my 401k.
Retirement. Think about what benefits you're leaving behind potentially from a corporate job. It's not just your salary. So I think that's great. It's not just what money do I need to pay my bills every month, but don't forget, you're now going to have to probably find independent health insurance, fund your own retirement accounts.
Yes. You have to, and maybe if the job you're working provides you a car, or they provide lunch, or they provide a uniform, you got to think about where you're working, what benefits you're truly getting fully, not just the money in your paycheck, and then write that down. That's your starting point. What do I need to replace? How much? All right. Tell everyone then what's next.
You need to create a consistent and realistic marketing plan. You've got to get yourself out there and let people know that you're in business long before you leave your full-time job, because it takes months of outreach and effort and marketing to get anything coming in the door. I wish it were instant. I wish it was you send an email and you get a job, but we know it doesn't work like that in the real world. I know in one of our Profit Insiders Academy group calls recently, Nancy, I think you said it's usually about 3 months, 3 to 6 months to see results from a marketing effort. So keep that in mind, that if you want to leave in a year, you've got to really hit the ground running marketing at least 3, if not 6 or more months before you're ready to make the leap to full-time.
Definitely. I think that 3 to 6 months is the minimum, all right, to really find out if your marketing efforts are really good and repeatable. Rinse and repeat. If something worked, it's 9 months to a year, but you definitely have the ability to get new business within 3 to not 6 months if you're doing it right with what we teach people, right? There's a bunch of methods to kind of kickstart. If you're struggling getting anyone into your pipeline, into your phone ringing, into your website, right? There's things you can do to kick it up, but you have to start immediately. Set a plan, like Lesley said, a marketing initiative. What does it include? So we don't want lofty goals like, okay, I need $5,000 a month to replace my job. I'd really like $7,000 a month to make it worthwhile. Okay, now that's your income goal. How are you going to get there? What's your marketing plan? Are you using social media, in person, charitable organizations, low-lying fruit, industry partners? How are you doing it? You have to figure that out as your second step. Okay. Somebody said, listening in from my daughter who started her interior design business last year. Oh, Joanne,
Yay!
that's exciting. So yeah, it's hard in this day and age to start from scratch. I always say to everyone, it's like starting a bicycle from scratch. You got to give it more effort in the beginning, and once you get it going, you can keep it going with a little less effort in that area. But okay, what's number 3, our advice?
This is, I want to say it's controversial because people will find this risky, but it's so important. Possibly hire an assistant before you leave your day job so you can increase your capacity while you ramp up. And the first thing I want to mention about hiring, it's not what it used to be. It does not mean full-time salary, benefits, payroll. It doesn't have to be that complicated.
Right.
There are great organizations that provide virtual assistants for designers, whether it's for administrative, for drawings, for sourcing. You can absolutely get part-time, hourly, independent contractor help. That way, when you're working during the day, if you've got an active client, they can contact your assistant. They can be fielding some of the inquiries. They can be doing a little bit of the legwork for you, because it's really hard to work full-time and then come do another business from scratch.
Well, yeah, and listen, clients love the fact that you're probably only available Saturday and Sundays. They figure that they probably love an interior designer to be available on a Saturday or Sunday, but you can't always do your work as a designer on a Saturday or Sunday with other businesses that work Monday through Friday. So you need another set of eyes, hands, feet to do some of the jobs. And if you're paying somebody, I'm just going to make it simple. If you're paying them $25 an hour and you're billing your client at $100 an hour, and again, I'm making it really simple, $75 an hour for every hour your assistant works is profit into your company. So they can be growing your company while you're working your full-time job. They're helping you keep up with the new clients you do get, because treating your clients well and making sure the process is smooth for them, almost transparent that you work another job, is going to be key to them giving you referrals in the future or calling you back for more work.
Yeah, absolutely. And this, I mean, it's so hard to do this all on your own. And some people are completely solo, but if you're in a place where you're also balancing another job, trying to leverage things, Nancy, you said it you sort of skimmed over it, but I want to emphasize, if you're paying someone $25 an hour and they're bringing in the business $100 an hour, you are literally making money for every hour they are touching a billable project. Like, duh. It's hard. People think hiring is an expense, and it is in a sense, but it can help you get that financial cushion under you and take some of the burden off. If there are fires, say you've got a small project and something happens on the job site, you've got someone that you can say, hey, I'm at work, but assistant, will you call the contractor and take care of this? You can't do this alone. You need support. And in this case, probably a paid assistant is a great idea.
Absolutely. I mean, we had our CFO, Megan Dolly, come in and do a presentation to our elite group, right?
Yes.
You can only make as much money as your capacity allows you to, right? We have 24 hours in a day. We work how many hours a day, how many days a week. If you're working for another job full-time, that now cuts you down to very limited hours. So how do you say yes to a client who you're out of hours, you're out of capacity? By hiring somebody to let them do some of the work that they can do so you can keep the work you want to do and that you're good at, and get the project through to completion while you're still working a full-time job. And when you get to the point where your pipeline is starting to run consistently, your phone is ringing, they're coming through your contact form on your website, however it's happening for you, and you can see the pipeline building, that's when you can have more confidence that you can leave your full-time job and see the future that you can afford your life. And then imagine when you actually leave your job, then you have time to market your interior design business even further, right?
Yes.
We can't split our attention for too long. When I was an art framing and accessory consultant and building a full-time business coaching business, there was a point where I was only one person. I had 2 employees on the
Yeah.
outside. They were handling it, but I then still ran out of capacity and had to let one go. And that's what I did, which is what's going to happen to anyone who's trying to transition from a full-time employed by somebody else to your own employment by being an interior designer. So, all right, just give the recap of our suggestions again. If you're trying to go from full-time employment for someone else to your own business as an interior designer.
All right. Number one, know your numbers and know the financial cushion you need to have to get started, because you're not going to be bringing in great money right away, most likely. Don't count on that. You need
Right?
to create a realistic marketing plan and get started on marketing now, because the efforts pay off a lot later. And think about hiring to increase your capacity and bring in some money while you're making this transition.
Perfect. All right, everyone. If you need Lesley or I, or both of us, to run your business more effectively, make more money, kind of get your business finally to what you want it to be for the amount of hours you work, right? Lesley, tell everyone how many hours you work.
Realistically, it's less than 40 a week. And since half of my job is coaching, I really only have, I don't know, 15 hours maybe to devote to design. So that's the reality that I had to come to and figure out my pricing accordingly. And that's a whole other conversation, but the hours are limited and you've got to leverage them as best you can.
Yes, because we all have children, parents, pets, spouses, lives that we want to enjoy also. So running your business should not be your entire life, right?
Yeah.
Your business should serve your life. If it's not serving your life, please go to nancyganzagoffer.com, my website. Click on the top to apply for the Profit Insider group coaching program. We're starting one in January. We're taking new people now if it's a good fit, right? So if you're struggling to make your business into what you want it to be, make enough money, have the right amount of time, understand how to hire, fire, marketing, Lesley and I become your business partners, basically. In a way,
we're on your team. We got you.
We help you make decisions, right? I can't believe how many shiny objects people are chasing. And I'm always like, don't do that. Do this instead. Do that instead. We will speed up your progress to your success, whatever your version of success is. So go to my website, nancyganzagoffer.com, click on the link for the Profit Insider Academy application, and get on my calendar for a quick chat about what's going right and what's going wrong possibly in your business. Okay. All right. We'll see you on the other side. Thanks, Lesley.
Bye, everyone. See you next Thursday.
Bye.